we share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Hello, family. We're so glad you dropped by our at-home kitchen today. It's always great when the family gets together. I don't know about you, but in your life, every once in a while, God just brings somebody that ends up being an acquaintance, but then becomes a friend. And my guest, who's here today, and she's going to cook for us, that's exactly what happened with this lady. I met her because I was working here at Cornerstone Television as the producer of our flagship program, and she and her wonderful husband used to host the program. Stan Scott, you all remember, and Loretta. Now, Stan was on for a long time before Loretta decided she was going to grace us with her presence. But it was only because I kept saying, you have to do it, come on. And she was such a delight. People just loved both of them. And they were a great part of Cornerstone Television. And today, they still are. And you know, when Loretta comes, I maybe don't talk to her for 6 months or a year, or sometimes a year and a half. But when we get on the phone and we start to talk, it's like I've talked to her last week. And that's what real friends are. You just get right back together and you just bond, because that friendship bond is so strong and so real. And that's Loretta Scott. She's got a wonderful recipe she's going to share with us today. And of course, she's Italian, so they're not going to be like Mexican or Spanish. They're going to be Italian recipes. And I think the one is one that Dino, her son, really, really enjoyed. And she's going to make that for us today. And then another one that has spinach and beans and all kind of good stuff. And I'm going to make a couple of side dishes to go along with it too. So you don't want to miss today. And you want to be sure to call your friend and say, Loretta's back. You're going to enjoy her. And she's cooking on At Home. So first we're going to have our At Home hint. And we come back, Loretta's back in the kitchen with me. Stay tuned. Invest in a bottle of high-quality olive oil. Just a small drizzle can really bring out the flavor of pizza, mozzarella, pasta, fish, and meat. Here she is. I told you she's back.
I'm back, everybody.
And she's wilder than ever. Oh, Loretta, I am so happy you're here.
And I am always happy to be here. This is so much fun, so much joy, and the food smells good.
Yep. And what you always make is so delicious that people write for the recipes all the time.
Do they really?
Do.
Do you think they really make them?
I think they make it, sure.
Well, they should make them and send in pictures.
Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, I like that idea.
I think they should.
Yeah.
And then you could show them.
Maybe we'll have to think about that.
And
we'll
then
get Lori
they
to
can put my name underneath and said, this is
Loretta's. There you go.
Okay,
all right, what are we doing
today? We are making, I have to put my glasses on so I can see. Oh, there's the pot. Okay, this is sausage with orchetti.
Now wait, is that
orchetti?
Wait. What kind of sausage is that? Hot?
Okay, this is sweet sausage.
Sweet Italian.
A sweet Italian sausage,
Okay.
1.5 pounds, and then you take it out of the casing. Sometimes they'll have it loose, but sometimes they don't. This had to be taken out of the casing.
Okay.
So, okay, you brown it, okay? And we already started it because of time.
Sure.
Of course. Okay, so now we have to add some salt.
Okay.
And I got to go easy on the salt because I have a heavy hand, just like my foot on the gas pedal.
Gas pedal, I'm sure.
Yeah. When I see a cop, I get real nervous.
Yeah, you go faster or slower?
Well, I slow down, but he's not an idiot.
Yeah. He saw you whizzing by, right?
And all of a sudden, I go real slow. Okay, salt, and there's a little bit of pepper.
Okay.
And we also add garlic powder.
Ah.
And by the way, this is my son Dino. He's no longer with us.
He's in heaven.
Yes, he died 4 years ago. He was absolutely wonderful, but he had some problems. And I'm sure there's some people watching now who have children that are on drugs or alcohol. My son died from that. But I love him. I always loved him. But he had an addiction. He couldn't beat it. But anyways, he loved...
This is something he loved, right?
Oh, he loved to cook. He would be in the kitchen forever.
Oh, how nice.
And he was just... And a little bit of red pepper too.
Crushed pepper, okay.
Just enough for a little taste. You don't have to use it if you don't like hot stuff, but I put a little bit in. Okay, and then we just keep stirring this. I think it's pretty well browned.
Okay, now while she's doing that, I'm just gonna make, this is called a cucumber tomato salad rather than the lettuce and all of that. And this was one of my favorite. I really enjoy this salad. And we're just taking some seedless 3 cucumbers, and I'm just peeled them, and then we're just topping them.
That's cool to do all 3 at once.
Yeah.
You're so smart.
Oh, well, thank you so much. What are you doing over there now?
Okay, now, everybody, I am adding the mushrooms because I guess if you can see in this pot, this is nice and browned.
Right.
So now, this is like a large container of mushrooms, and we just dump all of this in there.
And those were just sliced, right?
Yeah, they were just sliced because they were kind of big.
Kind of thick, huh?
Yeah, and so you just incorporate that.
Right.
You like that word I use?
Yeah, very good, I'm impressed.
I'm like,
Loretta, do you still go to the gym and work out a lot?
yes, I work out a lot.
I think that's amazing. Do you tell your age, or do you want us to guess?
No, I'm 81.
She's 81 years old. She still works out. This is an amazing woman. I want you to know she's an amazing woman.
I love to work out.
You
love
have
it.
for years, huh?
I've been doing it for 40-some years. yeah.
Wow. I didn't think you were that old until you just told us.
Actually, I'm 102.
Come on, come on.
Sometimes I feel like
Feel like you are.
102. Okay, so you have the mushrooms in there, and you just keep stirring it. And then
Okay.
you add a 1/2 cup of chicken broth.
Okay, just out of the can, huh?
Yeah, I have it in the can. We had the lid taken off. I'm just going to guess.
Okay.
I
You
think
just
that's,
kind of get a feel for it. You could add more if you needed to, right?
yeah, right. You can always use more. Absolutely.
Okay.
And just keep doing this.
So basically, you're just getting the meat and the vegetables ready for the pasta that's going to
Yeah,
come.
right now I'm waiting for the mushrooms to cook up.
Okay.
It shouldn't take long. Mushrooms cook up real quick.
And they also add a lot of moisture because they are like mostly moisture in those. There's not too much meat in a
Yes.
mushroom. So, okay.
But, and then see, when my Dino used to make this, he could make me crazy. This is him. He'd be doing this and be going, oh, wow. Oh, wait till you taste
Couldn't
this.
wait, huh? Couldn't
This
wait.
is so good. So that's how I feel about it now.
Yeah. Well, the smell is
Yeah.
incredible here, and you understand why you
And
did
my daughter-in-law, his wife, she still makes this, and my granddaughter,
that. They enjoy
she
it.
tried it too, I believe.
Sure.
Of course,
Okay,
she's busy becoming an RN. She's doing
Wonderful.
very, very well, thank God.
Wonderful.
The child's been through a lot.
Yeah, it's hard when you lose a parent. Harder when you lose a son.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we only have about 3 minutes in this segment, so you're going
Okay.
to cook that, and then what are you going to do? You add the pasta
Okay.
next?
No, now we're going to add the basil.
Okay.
And here it is. This is like 2 cups of basil, or
Fresh
close
basil.
to it. Doesn't have to be 2 cups on the nose, but pretty close to
You want
it.
a lot, though, because that really packs a punch with the flavor.
Yeah, so we just add all this,
Okay?
and again, we just stir it all up.
Okay.
Okay, we have the soup in there, the salt, the pepper, the garlic salt,
Okay.
a little bit of red pepper, and now the basil. We're going to stir this up and then put the orchetti, which is the pasta.
Which is the ears, right?
Yeah, it's ears.
I think that's so
well,
funny.
it's called orchetti. My Dino called it ears.
Oh, so he's the one that brought that to ears.
Yeah, he's the one that
But
called
does
it.
kind of look like a little ear.
Yeah, they look like little, or else they look like little hats.
Oh, either one. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to dump that in here now.
Okay. While she's dumping that in, I've put the cucumbers in there. I've got some plum tomatoes. I'm going to put some red onion, a green pepper, black olives, and feta crumbles on top. And then we just use a really good Italian dressing. But you put that on, you keep this refrigerated until you're ready to serve it. Then you put the dressing on and you serve it. Oh, look at that. That pasta looks so good.
Okay, are you back to me now?
Yeah, I'm back to you. Go, girl.
Okay, so now we are trying to incorporate
Yeah, you got a lot
all
going
of
there,
this.
huh?
And then I need the cheese.
Okay.
And this is a cup of cheese.
What kind of cheese?
That is Reggio Parmigiano.
Parmigiano Reggiano. Is that right?
Yeah, that's close
And I'm not
enough.
even Italian. Huh.
Well, you say it better than I do. All I know is I go to the Italian store and I buy the cheese.
Yeah, that's where you get it, because that's where it's the best. Don't buy them little green containers where it just doesn't taste like cheese.
Now, see, I think this needs a little more soup.
Soup or the pasta water? Which one do you want to put on that? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. The pasta
Yeah, because,
water.
hey,
Okay.
you give me a recipe, I try to follow it,
I
you know?
I know. I can use this.
Okay.
I'm going to have my sleeve in the water pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to add some of the pasta water.
Now, you don't do a whole lot. You just do a little bit at a time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it's a matter of, if you think
Preference.
it's dry, add more.
Yep.
You can also taste it. And if it's too dry, add more. But that is
That
the
does
pasta.
make a difference, though, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Really makes a difference.
Okay, now that is nice and juicy.
Now you got it the way you
Now,
like it.
okay, I'm going to add the
She's adding the cheese.
cheese.
Now, while she's adding cheese, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, you're going to see what that's like. And then she's got another Dino recipe, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, if you just joined us, you've missed a whole segment. Loretta's make sausage and ears.
Yes, those are in that pot there, and
They're
I got
cooking.
the lid
Oh,
on them.
Smells
And the-
awesome.
Now,
Now, what are you making?
Okay, I put oil in here first, a couple tablespoons, and 2 or 3 garlic
of garlic,
bulbs, whatever
okay.
you like. And then put in the spinach.
Look at the fresh spinach. That's a whole pound container, huh?
Yeah, but you know what?
It goes down to nothing, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, it looks like, oh, wow, you know,
Who's going to eat all that, huh?
Yeah, well, I could eat it all in 1 hour. 1 hour with 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. And
But-
it's nice when it comes like this because it's all washed and it's
It's
dried.
all washed.
Perfect.
At least they say it is.
Well, it looks like it is. I mean, I've never seen any dirt on it when it's packaged like
No, I
that.
look real good.
Now,
I do.
what's all the other stuff that you're going to be adding to that?
Okay, I'm going to add salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some chopped onion.
Okay.
I just want to get this
Get it going, huh?
going, yeah.
Okay. But I see butter here and all kind
the
of beans.
butter goes in there, and then the beans. Okay, so it's spinach and 2 different kinds of beans. And again, my Dino's influence, his brother-in-law,
Ah.
and his name is Dominic Duco. Is that Italian or
That's
what?
an Italian guy.
They were brother-in-laws, and Dino went to his house one day, and he came home with a container of this.
Oh, and he loved it, huh?
And he's going, Mom, you got to taste this. I lost it. So I've been making it since.
Well, that's great. What a wonderful tribute to that.
I know.
Okay, while you're waiting for that to wilt a
Here,
little
and
bit,
I'll put this there.
Okay.
Okay, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna make a dipping oil for it because you have to have Italian bread when you get to an Italian table, right? So
Right.
I'm making a dipping oil, and I've taken a nice flat dish and just poured a good quality olive oil all over the dish. Now what you want to do, of course, you can't have anything without garlic because it's Italian, right?
Right.
I mean, that's like, you know.
I'm adding a little bit of olive oil to
Okay.
this.
And what you're going to do is just take your garlic and you press it, and you want to make a couple of different places on this plate. You're just going to pile your garlic like that. Okay? Clean it out.
Gee, that looks so pretty.
Yeah, and what you do is do like 5 different places around the plate, because then we're going to drizzle it with some balsamic vinegar, some Italian seasoning, some cheese, and some black pepper. And then we're going to chunk up that big loaf of bread. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so good because dipping bread in that, how could that be wrong, Loretta?
I'll tell
Can't be wrong, right?
This is so much fun.
Garlic.
You know why it's so much fun? I
Why?
mean, cooking is fun too.
Yeah.
But sitting down to eat it.
With friends and family, and just nothing like that, is there?
Yeah, like I talk to some people, and I can't believe it. And
They never
I don't
eat
mean
together,
to
do they?
criticize them. I hate saying what I'm going to say, but I'm doing it for a reason. If they're watching, and they make statements like, "Well, I don't cook," that's because you never tried. Okay?
Yep.
You got to try. You got to get these recipes. Try, and if you fail once or twice, so what? You keep trying.
You try
Because
till
there
you
is-
try till you do it.
Food is also for the soul. I mean, Christ fills our soul.
Yeah, he
We
does.
know that.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
prayer. But you know,
Absolutely.
food just brings the family together.
Always.
I'm adding salt and pepper, by the way.
Okay. Now I'm cleaning
But
out
don't
this-
forget, we have the garlic in there, we have oil in there, salt and pepper, and
Mm-hmm.
that. And now I'm adding the butter.
butter too.
Yes,
Wow.
a whole stick.
Okay.
Now these are done, these are half sticks, but
But that's two of them would be a whole stick,
yeah,
right?
2 of them, yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna break that down and put it all through this spinach.
Wow. This sounds like something so awesome that you just want to jump into the pan.
I know.
Because it's, you know what I like about Italian dressing or Italian cooking for the most part is it's a lot of peasant food.
It
Foods
is.
that isn't like you don't have to buy a big filet mignon to have a good meal.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just-
And you know what, mentioning filet mignon. Okay, I like filet mignon, but I gotta be honest with you.
Not every
and
day.
I don't know, I'm probably gonna hear from some dietitians out
That's
there.
all right, go ahead.
That they say things like, well, if you eat, like say, prime rib or filet mignon, you're never hungry. I am.
Oh,
I mean, if I eat a steak in an hour and a half, I'm starving. If I eat pasta,
yeah.
I know it's a lot of carbs, I get it.
Yeah, but you know what?
But I am
it sticks
so
to your
happy.
ribs, as my mother used to say.
Yeah,
It sticks
okay.
to your ribs.
Now, these are butter beans. So you add a can of butter beans. You make sure you strain them first.
Right.
Because you don't want the juice.
Right.
And then these are the navy beans.
Navy beans, okay.
Yes. So you add those two, and you stir it all up.
And that's it,
And
right?
then, well, wait a minute. Now you add onion.
Oh, you're going to do the onions now. Okay.
Yep. And the red onion makes it look pretty, I think.
Well, while you're adding those, let me just show you what I've done here. Here's my oil. I put the garlic. The dark brown is my balsamic vinegar. And then I put a little bit of Italian seasoning over the top, some Parmesan cheese. Just put it all in. You know, it'll mix up. We'll mix these up. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some fresh ground black pepper right over the top. Don't get carried away. Don't go wild. But just to perk up that flavor. Oh, it's so good. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's
I
it.
guess let me make sure I did everything right, because I occasionally I do make mistakes.
Oh, no. No,
I
not you.
don't do them, make
Don't believe
mistakes
her. Don't
often,
believe her.
but sometimes. Okay, cover with the lid, and just cover with the lid, and
Let it
just
cook.
and let it cook, baby.
And there
And
you have, I
then-
mean, can you imagine how, this is going to be an awesome meal because you've got two great things there. I have that cucumber salad. We've got a dipping oil. We're going to go to the table. When we come back, we're going to be in the dining room, and boy, is it going to be good. You don't want to miss it. But here's how you can get all the recipes from Loretta today.
All right.
And in fact, all the recipes for the entire month. So you don't want to miss it. Here's how you can get those great recipes. We'll be right back. Well, I hope you're going to send for the recipes because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. Loretta, you brought a friend with you. Introduce us to your friend.
Yes, I want you all to meet Janet Durbin. She's from Steubenville, Ohio, and that's
And you always bring a buddy when you come, and that's nice to meet all your friends this way.
Yes, well, I mean, you know what? She knows the Lord.
Yeah.
She's born again, and I knew she would enjoy,
being here, sure.
Yes, and so I brought her with me, and
Oh, I'm
she's
so
a
glad
doll.
she came. She's a very nice
Yes.
lady. Yeah, now let's take a trip around the table and see what we prepared today. First of all, Loretta, tell us about that. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
I think we have to have some of that,
Oh, do you
please.
want some of
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give Arlene some of this because she is the boss.
Oh.
Anyways, but she's a great boss.
Come on.
This is called
Sausage and
Dino's sausage and ears.
Okay.
These are really orchettis. That's what the name of the
That's
pasta
good.
is.
Just give
Is
me a little
that good?
taste. Because how about
Okay.
some for here, Janice? I'll trade you plates. How's that?
Okay, Janet. Okay,
Yeah.
you gave that to Janice, so I'll
Okay.
give you some more. I'm dropping half of it on the table.
Not a problem.
But hey, what are you going to do?
Okay.
This is just
Well-
like at home.
And while she made that,
Okay.
I was making a salad for us. And this is the salad. It's just, look, the cucumbers, it's got tomato, it's got red
That is
onion.
beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, it's
And black
gorgeous.
olives and some feta cheese is there. And then down front, can you hand us that bowl? Could you reach that?
Yeah, sure
Okay,
can.
this is the, isn't that nice? Yeah, full, huh? This is the beans and the spinach, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
look at this. This has incredible juice to it. And that's, what kind of beans were they?
Well,
Butter?
they're butter beans
Something?
and
Yes.
navy beans, a combination of the
you.
two.
Sure.
You have to make sure you strain them, and there's butter in there and garlic and
Delicious.
onions.
Can't
and,
wait. Here, dear.
My son Dino got this from
And
his...
then what we added, there's our dipping oil, and we have our loaf of bread there. We'll pass that around. Everybody dip and can add to it. And what I just did for like a little something to cleanse the palate, I did a whole tray down there.
put
There's
this
chunks
back
of
up here.
cheese. There's grapes.
Thank
There's
you.
some olives there.
Yeah,
and
look at that.
that's just
beautiful.
nice to nibble. You can put that out before you start dinner if you wanted to, or after. And what we're going to have after this is a little sherbet, or you could do spumoni. And there
Either
you have
one,
the whole
either
meal.
one. You got everything.
Loretta,
Everything.
thank you so much for being here today. And
Oh,
thank
I
you for
loved
bringing
it.
your friend. And you're always welcome, you know that.
Yes.
And you, my family, you're always welcome too. The Adam family is so
Absolutely.
important to me. And we're always so glad when you decide to stop by because, you know, as I always say, it just wouldn't be the same without you. You are very important to us. We praise God for you. We thank God. And be sure to go to church this Sunday. It'll do you good. You'll feel so good. And the Lord will be really, really pleased. Again, thanks, Loretta. Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
thank you for watching today. God bless.
Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.